the SGA debates today. For the position we have today is the VP of Judicial, VP of Finance, and VP of Marketing. So I will be asking the questions and then we're going to start off by each candidate giving their platform on why they're running, and then I'm going to ask the questions. Once I finish with my questions, the student body can ask the questions. Please keep your responses short because of time constraints. All right? So Michelle, would you want to start off with your platform?
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Schinder. I'm a second-year student majoring in behavioral science with a concentration in sociology and social work. I plan to study student affairs in the future, which is why I'm running for SGA. I'm very involved on campus by holding a lot of positions. I'm a senior orientation leader this year, a member of Alpha Sigma Tau sorority, and I'm the current IGC president. I'm running for VP of Marketing and Public Affairs because I believe that being in this position will not only challenge me on my communication skills, but also my creativity and ability to connect with the NYIT students. I believe that I have exceptional skills that are necessary for this position, such as promotion and social media history, as well as I have a vast growing network with staff and students. In this position, if I'm elected, I plan to enhance communication between SGA and the student body, as well as be a liaison between staff and students. In addition, I also hope to increase promotion for clubs and organizations by using exceptional networking skills and connections I've created in the NYIT community.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mirat Mikhail. I'm a third-year electrical and computer engineering major. I am currently the Vice President of Judicial Compliance for SGA, and I want to return to this position next year. One of the main reasons why I want to do this again is that in my position during this year, I've helped a lot of people by either helping clubs like get more involved in campus or creating new clubs, which I think helped reach to a lot of different kind of students. So I helped the Saudi club, I helped Muslim Student Association, I helped camp, which reached to some people that didn't know, didn't have anything to relate to in club life, like in student life or anything. And I think what I want to continue to do is continue to help more people start their own clubs, more people get more involved with things that they actually want to do. Also, and excuse me. In my year being in SGA, I noticed that we have a lot of things that, a lot of rules that we go by, but it's actually not in the Constitution, not in the bylaws, and I want to fix that. I want to make sure that whoever's going to come to this position next after me will have everything set for them. Everything will be easier for the clubs after every senior graduate. I also want to tell the students and give them the resources that they have, but they don't know they exist. I've had a lot of people come to me with problems with their classes, professors, and ask for help. And because of my position, I knew people that can help them, and I guided them through the process. And I feel like being in SGA gives me the opportunity to help people around me because I have the resources and I know it, but I know a lot of people who don't. And that's something I really want to do. And also that position will help me personally grow because it helps me with my communication skills, helps me with public speaking and talking to other people, and that's why I want to run for this position again.
Kelly?
Hi you guys, I'm Kelly Bignardi. I'm a third-year hospitality student. I'm currently the VP of Finance in SGA, and the reason why I want to return is because I feel that with this year's SGA, we were able to open up communications between clubs and some departments, so we were able to make it honest and clear for the clubs. So for next semester, I want to start communication with beyond the clubs. I want to start working with outside students and work on making budgets so we have events that they want. Sometimes people just don't show up just because they don't think they have an event on campus that is for them. So instead of us thinking for them, I want to actually work with like freshmen and sophomores into getting ideas of what they like on campus. I also wanted to bring back the NYT spirit. NYT spirit? I did right?
Yeah.
Okay. When I came on campus, there was so much blue. Like they had Blue Thursdays, and they gave you free work for that. It was a lot of pride to be an NYIT student, even if it was just like small events. It always was continuous, and I kind of want to work back with the dean of student life, and get that going. I know they got new shirts for next semester, and then during an interview that we were a part of yesterday, this guy talked about having a welcome week. I kind of really liked that idea right after he said that, so I actually want to talk to him about incorporating that and just making sure that students want to be on campus and have the clubs getting more budgets approved to get the money for doing that. Because I remember doing welcome back parties, some students didn't come because they had another party at a different school. I don't want that. I want to make more budgets for us and make sure that we use all that money and we look back at school and we're happy that we went to it. Like, student life is fun over here. We just got to make that aware. So that's me.
All right, so this question is for all positions. For this position, what is one major technique you will use to benefit the student body? Anyone can answer first.
I'll go start. I think being already in this position, it really gave me a good amount of resources to make my ideas grow. And I feel that because I have those resources, even if someone has a different vision than I do, I can use my resources to help them and kind of push them to do whatever they need to get done. I feel like many people don't really use that. There's so many things to be done on campus, and so we're basically will be like the help for it. And because I have those resources already, I know I could be like the middleman for them.
I think as I mentioned before, I know a lot of people on campus that don't have anything. They don't want to do anything because they think they can't relate to any of the clubs or organizations on campus. So making sure that they are aware that they can start a new club, they can do their own thing if they want to. It's a simple process. They just have to come to me, and I'm more than happy to help them. I feel like that way we get more students involved, more students doing, not just involved because they just have to, but because they are doing what they like.
Well, I have a vast knowledge of public speaking and the skills that I need to have to reach out to that external student body that doesn't really want to be involved. The key for me to really connect with other students is to reach out to other departments, make sure that everyone is aware of what's going on with SGA, and invite anyone and anyone possible to events to make sure that our clubs are thriving.
Thank you. So the next question is, what are your ways of communication with such a diverse student body that we have at NYIT?
I think other than social media, which I believe we're struggling with right now because people just scroll, they don't want to see flyers on their newsfeed anymore. I think word of mouth is great. You can just have a table outside the main building and give away like free candy, and then be like, we have an event here. Here's a flyer. Here's a candy for you. I feel like people appreciate that more than just seeing a flyer put up on the wall. And I think we try to do that this year with different events. Even for a community meeting, we stood outside, we took people's questions, and people appreciated that, and they actually showed up to the meeting to see what we're doing. And we did that for Welcome Back Party, and I think even though it wasn't that great of a turnout, but it still worked like to some extent. So I think we should just continue to do that more.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna piggyback off that because I feel people want to go to where their friends want to go. And so you being able to sell your event or what's going on campus physically, you having a physical presence and they're seeing you work, it helps you way more as opposed to having a social media and, I don't know, putting an email out because it's so impersonal. When you can actually get someone to feel something, it makes them want to come. So having a physical presence, even if it's during a class, if you announce it at the end, it actually helps out more as opposed to saying, hey, check out us on social media, we're posting out flyers, just because you're not guaranteed that they're going to look. And so when you have a physical presence, it tends to get people to remember who you are and what you're associated with, and it kind of helps you in the long run because you build a connection through that.
I completely agree with both of them. Social media and email can only go so far. I learned a new technique in this past semester. Instead of like just sending out an email or just posting something online, actually go to people and say, hey, I'm having an event, come here. Like, if people see that you're really interested in them coming to your events, they're gonna want to come. And basically, not just trying not to exclude anyone and trying new ways to have people come to events just by being more personal with them.
Okay. So, what experiences have prepared you for the position you're running for, and how will that benefit the clubs, organizations, and student body?
In my past positions I've held, I've had to make flyers for numerous events that I've had. I currently have to maintain a social media account, and I've just enhanced my skills and they've evolved, and now I'm learning new programs that I can use to help me in my marketing position. And for my public affair aspect, I've had many public speaking chances that I've had to recruit members or have to speak out in classes and so on.
I think for me, being in that position for a year, I learned a lot about the position. It was hard at first, but then after you're there for like a month or two, you get used to it. You know the techniques, you know how to handle things, how to handle problems, how to not take things personally, which was a big thing for me. And I think for the past year, I've learned a lot of skills by just being in that position. And I feel like returning to that position again will help me use those things that I learned last year so it will be easier for me and for everyone else that I'm working with next year.
I'm already the VP of Finance, and I feel like I can tell you guys I was a student orientation leader. I had this job, but I don't think anything prepares you other than being in this position. I was a treasurer of swag before I came in. I'm like, I know budgets, I can do this. And I'm honestly not gonna lie, I kept making so many mistakes in my first semester because it's beyond budgets with this position. You have to know how to communicate with people. You know how to go through protocols. You have to have a physical presence. You know, you have to sometimes put away school before this position because you're signing up for this. This is what you want to do. And because I already had this experience for a year, I'm very mentally and physically prepared to do that. I already can do my schedule around this position, so I know that I can make sure that the students and the clubs feel that I'm around and fulfilling my job for them. You know, sometimes people make promises and they don't keep it, and I don't agree with that. So it's like, since I'm already in this position, I know what I'm up against, as opposed to someone who hasn't been in it. Because I don't think anything but actually either working beside someone in VP Finance or maybe working with the student life department, I don't think it could really prepare you for this.
Okay. So the next question is for the VP of Judicial. Looking at previous years, new clubs have come and some have been deactivated. What is one method you will use to ensure that these clubs are successful?
I usually, when they have their presentation to the Judicial Committee, one of the questions that we have is just give me events that you plan to have. And then using those events, you will know whether they're prepared to, they somehow know how the campus works, what they want to do. Some clubs usually don't have the right answer for that, and that sometimes doesn't get them to be a club. But most of the clubs that got passed this semester, they had a solid idea of what they have and what they want. Also following up with them after being active, so just I usually check up on them when I see them. I'll just go up to the president and be like, is everything all right? Do you need any help? I was present during some of their events to make sure everything is going on well and they don't need help. Other than that, it's just mostly follow-ups. And if I feel like they're following through, or even if it's not a new club, if it's an existing club, I talked to them. Some clubs this semester didn't fulfill the 3 events rules. I went up to them and was like, you need to have an event because you're going to get deactivated and I don't want that to happen. And I think it's just more communication than anything.
Okay, thank you. The next question is for VP of Finance. What past experiences do you possess in order to be successful in this position for VP of Finance? And in addition, how do you plan on working with clubs in regards to budgeting and fund requests?
Sorry, my eyes burn sometimes. Well, like I said, I already had this position, so I feel like that is my experience. For helping with clubs, we tried to do a little different this semester. We tried to talk to clubs based off their type of club, like recreational clubs, educational clubs, major. So we wanted to hear what they wanted. We wanted feedback of what we were doing wrong, and we ended up coming to an agreement of having a bylaw put in where clubs now get an extra $400. It's their money, but it's like a safety net for them. And so I think it's really important to work with clubs and ask them what they need, not give them what we think that they need. I think that having those little focus groups and talking to them on one-on-one allows them to feel supported and feel like they're gonna get the better end of the stick. Because at the end of the day, we're student government. We work for you guys. You guys are the government. And so I just feel like letting them know that they have a voice and they have a say is a big asset.
Thank you. So the next one is for VP of Marketing. What are your methods of promoting for events, and how do you plan on making the connection with the student body in order to increase student involvement at events? And in addition, how will you use social media to increase that involvement?
Okay. So, like I said before, obviously posting on social media and emails can only go so far. I'll use my positions that I have to involve not only just the regular student body, but incoming freshmen, because I will be an orientation leader again. So reaching out to freshmen, I believe, is the first step into getting them involved. When they see, when they first enter the school and they see that we have events and we want them to be involved, I feel like that's the first step to getting more involvement with the students. And then after that, just having connections with the international department, with having connections with Greek life, like having more of a community sense where everyone wants to show up to events, not just that they're mandatory to go.
Okay, thank you. So this question is for everyone. How would you prioritize SGA in your daily life? Would you be willing to bypass any other opportunities for the betterment of the organization?
Absolutely. I think people see student government as a way, they feel it's a way of like you're speaking up, you're gonna do good, but I don't think sometimes people realize how much extra work you have to do on top of this. Like, this is a job and you have to take it seriously. Like, they're investing their time in you so you can invest your time in other people. And so it's like when I say, like, if you're gonna be a part of an e-board in a club, you have to make sure, like, okay, I know this is my club and I have school, but it's like, that's still your club. You're still choosing that. And by choosing to be in this position, I gotta make sure that, okay, I got work, but I still have student government. Student government is my job. Like, I have to make sure that everything fits. And I already have changed schedules at work just for this position.
Do you want to go? Okay. So I've been on an e-board for as long as I can remember, and I know what needs to be prioritized. I know that SGA will become my job if I get elected, and I know that that is my top priority. I'm exceptionally organized, so I know that if there's something that needs to be done, it's going to be on the top of my list regardless of anything that's going on.
I think one important part about this position is that even though you're asked for 10 office hours every week, you have to know that it's not just that. It's a lot of more work after hours, at home, on the weekends, and you have to know that before. And being in this position this year, I've realized that. And I forgot the word, but yeah, like once you realize it and you plan your life around it, and you have everything else planned out, it works out. You don't have to worry about it as much as it sounds. Like when I said it's not just the 10 hours, it's not that bad. But you have to actually make it a priority, because as Kelly said, you're working for the students. You have to make sure that everything is fine with them, but you also have to make sure your classes are going fine. So it takes a little while to get adjusted to it, since I've been here for a year, it pretty much got easy. It's just like I know what I have to do and when I have to do it, but I also have time for other stuff.
Thank Thank you very much. So that's questions from me. We're going to open the questions to the audience now. Anyone has any questions? Megan?
One question. In terms of your role in student government, aside from the clubs, what would you like to see happen here at NYIT? What major changes? We have a new president coming in starting June 1st. This is a great opportunity for student government to work with that new president to make significant changes at NYIT. What would be that one significant change that you would like to see at NYIT? And how do you think student government can help make that change? That's for anybody.
I think one main thing the students don't like right now is that they feel like they always speak up what they think, they always complain about stuff, but nothing gets done. And I think maybe working with the president to make sure that the students' complaints are being heard and not just, okay, whatever, we are still going to do whatever we want. And making sure that the students know that they can, like, if there's something that they don't like, they can come up and speak to us, and we can actually get that back to the president or whoever is in charge of that problem to help them.
So I recently visited City College, and I saw that they had like a sense of community, which is something that I don't feel here. I'll be honest, like ever since I came here as a freshman, there was a moment of community feeling, but I feel like we've lost that. And if there can be one thing that we can do, that SGA can help maybe bring more of a sense of community by just trying to involve everyone and trying to make them see that NYT isn't like that empty. Like we can have more community-filled events.
I don't know what the proper wording is, but I feel like we don't have enough as an educational for the students. Like I know like Com Arts, like you can rent out certain equipment, the library has certain equipment, but I feel like when we had an issue with a club when we asked like why don't you use just the equipment from the library? Well, they said that's not enough. And I feel like it probably may take a while before it actually happens, but I think it would be a great idea to see if we can expand NYT, just because everyone always talks about spacing issues. And so if we can either be the help of a focus group or get people to help with like the future students, because I feel they do need more. And I feel even regardless if they agree that their professor is good or not, I at least would like to make sure that we have the resources for them to learn on their own and wouldn't have to worry about affording stuff by themselves.
Thank you.
Anyone else has questions? Shreya?
Are there any like new events you guys want to hold next year, or do you want to keep like the same exact events?
I don't know if they had your freshman year. Did you ever see the NYT bear?
Like the actual bear?
The bear. It's a fake bear, but it's a bear.
Was Helen freshman year?
Yeah, but I think we still have the suit. I don't know if I just didn't know if they had it on hers.
It's in Old Westminster.
It is. They used to like have like the bear come around and give like you had to that's why I like the NYT spirit when my freshman year. Like if you wore the blue shirt and you like hashtagged it, you were qualified to win like a prize. And I feel like that welcome week idea, we could like introduce it. So like every week, like you have to do something like NYT spirit type thing, and like they could bring it back slowly. So like, oh my God, NYT is lit. And then like I don't know if it'd be a push, but probably like do like something probably not a week every month, but like something that involves like NYT like every other week, like something little, just like NYT is like better than other schools, you know? We are.
I don't have anything in mind.
I'll think about it for you.
Like a Pride Week.
Beyond Pride Week.
Yeah.
I think we used to like, even if it was just like little things, like there was so much blue going around and a hashtag created. And I think that's what makes other schools maybe seem more appealing to other students, because there's more talking about it, that conversation, as opposed to our school. Oh,
Basically.
Michelle, you want to give a response?
All
Alright. Any other questions?
I have a question. So we've seen a lot of like decline in a lot of clubs and events. And why do you think that is, and how do you think you could change it?
Okay. So last year, because of legal issue, they expanded the deadline for budgets. And so this year, when I was in this position, I kind of said, hey, if you still need like things that involve legal documents, you still have to reach that 7-week deadline. But if it doesn't, you're allowed to put in budgets in 4 weeks. So I feel like that helped a lot because I still am receiving budgets for the end of the semester. I think it's more of like people get scared that their budgets won't get approved, so they don't want to put it in. So like, I feel with the whole student government this year, we try to let them know like you want something, like at least go for it. Like you have to let them know that they can, and they shouldn't just not try just because they can't get money. Because most budgets, if not all, got approved this year. And so I think a big help was reducing the time they can put it into, and I feel like maybe if working with Mega next year, we will see what else we can add on to make it easier for them.
I think adding to that, I think also some clubs are stick to the same events that they've been having for like the past couple years because they worked before and they think it's gonna work again. I think one main thing is to ask maybe during club fair, like, what do you want to see us do this year? What do you want us to do for you to come to our event? And also lack of promotion. I haven't seen a lot of flyers up this year. I know sometimes people just say they don't work, but I know people that actually look at the boards and actually be like, okay, this is a cool event, I'm gonna go. It's just clubs are giving up, and we just need to give them that push and tell them that you have to try, and if it doesn't work, then we can find. But you can just say, okay, someone else tried it and it didn't work, because events are different. Maybe that other person's event wasn't interesting enough for people to go, but your event is. But you just have to tell people it's out there, and maybe find different ways of promoting. Recently, for NYIT Collegiate Link, there is an app that posts all the events that are going on. If we promote that to freshmen when they come in, and then they have that app on their phone, they can just basically go on their app and see what's happening every day with the flyer, with the location, with everything. Yes.
Do you think it's because of the legal papers that a lot of clubs are like
No.
falling down?
I don't think so because bless you. Because if you want to have an event where it's just like, let's say you have a board game night, all you need is pizza. That's basically it. You can put in a budget a month in advance, and I don't think you can plan an event in less than a month, because that's what people are trying to say. But I think a month is a good time frame for you to put in a budget and get approved and get it planned and have a good turnout. As I don't think it's legal issues. But for big events, sometimes it is, because if you want to have a big event and get vendors on campus or go off campus, then that's a bigger issue. But at the same time, 7 weeks is not a lot of time to plan a big event outside campus. So they kind of go hand by hand. Like it might be a problem because people get discouraged, but at the same time, if you want your event to be successful, you have to plan way ahead of time. You can't just come 2 weeks before and be like, I want to host an event outside.
You just took half my idea. I also agree with Moret. Sometimes clubs run out of ideas to have events, so they just have the same events every semester. I feel like if we can help them find new creative ideas that they can have, then people would be more interested, like, oh, this club is having a new event, we can go check it out.
Okay, any other questions? Yes, Brian?
Do you guys have any events in mind in collaboration with Old Westbury, since we also share the same name in terms of school, other than relay or maybe pushing the students to go to fest or something like that? Do you guys have any aspirations to work with them more?
We wanted to have a concert this year, but yeah. But that didn't work out because of funding issues. But if that's something people would want to see, maybe we can work on it next year, but it will be way ahead of time, like in the fall, beginning of the fall. So it would happen in May.
I think a great idea to support Old Westbury is if they have like a basketball game, and I know they try to do it this year. Like if we show support by getting a bus to take us there and back. I think that would be a good idea. It's just that I guess since we are two different campuses and we do things differently, I don't think there's probably enough communication between us because it's like neither we have to go or they have to go. So it's like if it seems like too much, we may just not do it. But I think if to unify us, we may have to do that first step of like, okay, let's go to your campus. Okay, we're back. Let's go to your campus. And then hopefully we'll get like a back and forth thing. Cause it really is just the travel time. It's just like it is hard to get to Old Westbury.
I was thinking of maybe having like a field day. Like we travel to Old Westbury for like a day, and we just like play around with like sports or stuff like that, just to have a sense of more friendliness. Because I feel like Old Westbury might think that we might not want to go over there just because we're farther away. But if we have the means of transportation to get there, then why not go over there?
Any further questions? I guess that's it for the debates then. Thank you very much, and good luck to you all.
Thank you.
Elections, 11th and 12th.
Oh, yeah. So elections will be taking place on April 11 and April 12th. You have the 2 days to vote. Just make sure you guys vote online. It's going to be through Collegian Link, and the link will be coming out soon. So you guys make sure that everyone gets a chance to vote.
Yeah, and if you know anybody that's a student and has an NYIT email, definitely make sure that they vote for Kelly Bignardi. She's running for the VP of Finance. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Food will be on its way. So those that didn't come lost out.
There's food?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, I just ate. It's fine. I'll make the exception.
Kelly.
Pizza?
We're at now.
This is exciting.